Welcome to Blamestorming. Blamestorming. In a post-truth world, there's plenty of blame to go around. 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 Join Dave Sirus and Maryssa Smith as they blamestorm about today's hot topics.
Hey guys, welcome to Blamestorming. I'm your host, Maryssa Smith. I've got our other host, Dave Sirus, on the line. Say hello, Dave.
Car.
Yeah, Dave's now in the car, you guys. And this week we've got Eli Sairs with us.
What is up?
And Remy Kassimir.
Hey, I love you.
So, we love you too.
Ah!
So exciting. So now, Dave.
Hi.
Hi.
We're doing this with Bluetooth technology.
We've got all the tech happening right now.
What you driving, Dave?
I just bought a Chevy Volt, everybody.
Oh, sick.
Dude.
Because I was on the list for a Tesla, and then I told them to go fuck themselves.
Why?
Because, of course, that's a bait. Because I was on the list in May of 2017 for a $35,000 car, and then in November of 2018, they said, well, we can get you the car now if you want to spend $10,000 extra.
Oh.
So I was like, yeah,
Prank.
go to hell. So I just got a
Fuck
Chevy
you,
Volt,
Tesla.
and I'm not kidding. I put a Tesla license plate cover on it.
Hilarious. Something only funny to you. Okay.
I don't know
no,
what it
it's-
means, and I think it's funny.
It's funny to everyone that it confuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
My car
you
just
got me.
died. I guess I'm having like the worst
Everything's
day.
dying, dude.
Yeah.
The robots are rebelling against you.
Yeah.
The machines.
I always try to be polite to Siri.
Remy's having days like the first 3 minutes of a romantic comedy.
Yeah. Oh, that means my life's going to end up really good at the end of this day.
Well, do you have a boyfriend who works in the big city and does Ben not
Doesn't fulfill
appreciate
me,
you?
and I have to go to the country and
How-
meet a guy who teaches me the true meaning of Christmas?
How quirky are you? How often do you get tangled up with your dog's leashes with another guy in the park?
I don't have a dog. I have a cat. That's how quirky.
That's pretty damn quirky.
I don't even
How many
meet men.
pencils are in your hair right now?
6. In a star. For Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah, everyone.
Yes, happy.
Are you
everybody.
like a Hanukkah?
I'm a Hanukkah. I'm a menorah.
Dave's a Hanukkah.
Yep.
I didn't know
Yes,
you were
I am.
Hanukkah too. Mm-hmm. That's cool as hell.
Yeah. Kind of comes with the territory.
What
of
day
Manhattan.
is it?
What day? I think it's 4.
Oh, it's 4? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
we're on
don't
day
know
4 of
how many-
Hanukkah?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, it's like an 8-day thing, because we thought that would be how we could compete with Christmas. Just make it longer.
Make it longer.
That's a pretty underrated Adam Sandler film too. That 8 Days of Christmas,
8 crazy nights.
8 Crazy Nights. There you
8
go.
Christmases with
8
your
Christmases.
different parents.
Now,
Well, it's like sex. If she doesn't enjoy the first hour, just do it for 7 more.
is each day like representing like a different thing?
Nope.
Like,
Nope.
No, it's just all the same. Okay.
We didn't have a lot of oil, and then one little kid found this oil can, and it lasted 8 days. That's
Well,
it.
yeah, they said
That's
that
the
there
meaning
was
of
only
Christmas?
enough-
That's the meaning
There
of
was only-
Christmas.
Yeah, there was only enough oil for one day, but it lasted 8 days.
What a
Yeah.
miracle!
Because anyone who's ever smoked weed knows what resonation means. And they've decided to pretend this was a miracle because they just had their whole shit destroyed by the enemy. So they were like, we're going to find a way of making this a positive.
Yeah.
So,
Jon Stewart said it's a holiday about a bargain.
It is.
Well,
It's like
that's-
such a sick deal.
That's a little fucked up.
What?
It's a little anti-Semitic.
You can say it.
Well, the thing is, Hanukkah was not a big deal. It was a very minor holiday until Christmas came along.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay, now we got to give gifts to compete.
yeah. Are you good gift givers in your family? Because we are not.
No, my family's fine. My sister kind of took over buying for everyone, so we just give her cash. It just works better that way.
That's nice. Oh, I should do that with my sister because she's like the most thoughtful. The rest of
Clearly
us don't
defined
really.
gender roles, yeah.
now you get like gifts every night, or you get like, or
Yeah, you get them
but like,
every
or
night.
like
But they're-
regular gifts, or
no,
just little
it's
like socks. Yeah,
It's socks all
Okay.
the time. Anything you get in like your Christmas stocking.
That's
yeah.
But do you get-
Toothpaste,
Reese's cups.
a charger.
Do you have like one night that you get like the big gifts? Is that like the last night or is like
honestly,
the first night?
Like we didn't even do it. Like I'm super Reformed Jewish, and like we would kind of do it just because like we were like we want something, and
Right.
my parents were like, ugh, but we don't do this. So we do it like
The
sometimes.
first
but-
night.
yeah, the first
night's usually
first
the
night,
big
and then you just like fall off, and you're like, whatever. Who are we trying to kid?
So y'all ain't religious. Dave, your family's not religious either?
Not really, no. We do all the holidays and stuff, and I was bar mitzvahed and all that.
Yeah,
but,
same.
I mean, I don't think adults really celebrate it every day. They'll just say the prayer, light the candle, but then you'll have like a family event, like a Christmas, at some point in the week, so that everyone can do it.
You believe in God, Dave?
I don't know.
Do you think God is a woman, Dave?
Oh, here
I
we
don't
go.
think God would have a gender. I have a lot of very highly defined opinions about a lot of things.
It's just not about
whether or
God.
not-
That's probably the
whether or
right
not
one to
there's a
not have a
deity.
highly definitive one.
Well, there was a priest or a reverend that just came out, or maybe an archduke. I don't know what they are, but he just came out saying, and he's from the church, and he says that God is gender neutral. So
Ah, well.
sick.
Yeah, but also,
I love it.
think the subtext is, but she has a dick. I feel like God.
Were you raised
I mean-
religious, Maryssa?
No, like, so my mom is Episcopal, my dad's Southern Baptist, and they couldn't agree upon
Oh, yeah.
what to raise me
Yeah,
at. And
that'll do
then
it.
I went to Catholic school from like, kindergarten through 12th grade. But they
They
didn't.
couldn't agree, so they gave you the worst one.
Yeah, they're just like, well, we don't like this. Neither one of us like this. So like, go have fun with that. No, they kind of thought that going to a Catholic school would kind of instill a morality that public schools wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I believe in God. I don't believe in religion.
Yeah.
But I also
Do you-
I believe
do you
in
feel like all
religion,
that
but I
prayer
don't believe in
school
God.
helped?
Just kidding. Sorry.
what was that, Dave?
Did all that prayer in school make you a better person?
I don't think I'm an asshole, but I didn't really pray in school. Like that was the funny thing too, because like I've never been baptized, so like I couldn't really participate in any of the ceremonies.
Yeah.
So, and I think it was like in first grade, I was told I was gonna go to hell.
Yeah.
So like that was kind of liberating because it's like you know what I mean? It's like when you're like 6 years old and you already know you're going to hell, like you're really not that worried
Life's
about
gonna
stuff.
be wild.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm already going to hell. It doesn't really matter. But I think that to a point, I think that the like ethics and morality, but it doesn't. I don't necessarily think that it made me believe in like religion. Like I don't. Yeah,
So there's only up here. There's only prayer in private schools. Then.
yeah. You don't have to pray in public school.
Oh, we were in public school. We prayed than a motherfucker.
Oh my.
Oh
There's
yeah,
no way that was legal.
yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
No,
there aren't
no
laws
way.
down there, Dave. There are not laws in Alabama.
I was at a party once, a Halloween party, and I was talking to like my friends, like cousins, these like 7, 8-year-old kids, and they were in a Los Angeles public school where they said their teacher told them not to believe in evolution.
Hell yeah.
no.
Hell yeah.
I had a
Hell yeah.
boyfriend
I was like,
that I didn't realize
wanna
until we were 2.5 years into dating that didn't believe in evolution.
Look, I didn't believe it
That's a
very
reflection
late.
on you.
You know, definitely.
I very late in life realized, like, you know what? Evolution probably happened.
Yeah, it probably happened.
I just don't understand how you don't think it did though. Like
you-
Because you believe in God.
You're told by authority figures that it is a lie.
Yeah,
Your whole
and-
life
and-
from birth.
And he was told if you do believe in evolution, then you don't believe in God.
See, like
Yeah.
that's the thing I don't understand are these like these like false equivalents. Like, you know, like I was on a dating app and this guy was just like, "Oh, you're a liberal and you eat meat?" Like I thought like, and I'm just like that doesn't just cuz I'm like liberal doesn't mean I'm a vegan or a vegetarian. He's like, "Oh no, I thought that like you couldn't eat animals because like, you know, like
You're
it's
supposed to care about things.
yeah, and I'm just like, how is that? Like, that's not a thing. Like, I to me, that's the same thing with like evolution. Like, can you not believe in God and also believe in evolution?
Did you see that Chanel is no longer selling things with fur or hides or leather, anything like that?
Oh damn!
No.
Like any real fur?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably good, right?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. It's the first like major fashion house that's
Yeah.
been like, yeah, we're not down anymore.
But like, what are we supposed to do with all the snakes?
Let them eat all the mice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never met a snake
I
that
like
shouldn't have been a
snakes.
belt.
I like snakes too.
I used to want.
yeah.
I used to really want a pet snake.
I had a ball python named Geno, and I
hell
used
yeah.
to feed him pinky mice, and they were so cute. And then one day he got so hungry that I was like, well, just buy him a big mouse. And then he choked on it.
Oh no!
It was so sad.
It's like a parable.
Yeah. Yeah, it
My snake
is.
died a few months ago.
Remy's Fables.
Your snake died, Dave? No.
Yeah, I had a snake for 20 years.
Viagra.
I love
Remember that,
animals.
Marissa?
I love pets.
What?
No, I just making fun.
The only thing I can't fuck with
yeah.
is like I had a friend who owned a fucking tarantula.
Yeah, your snake should
I'm
have
like,
been
how
a
do you do
belt
that?
too, Dave.
Tarantulas. I don't see how anyone has a pet tarantula.
Yeah, that's
I don't want
disgusting.
that to be a belt either. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to exist. It shouldn't be. It ain't God fearing.
Hagrid would disagree.
Who's Hagrid?
From Harry Potter.
Well,
Friend to all of the arachnids.
I watch sports, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You don't watch
High five,
Quidditch,
Dave.
then.
High five, Dave.
Five.
Me and Dave were just kind of a couple bros, if you know.
Yeah, let's watch people get hurt.
Hell yeah. Dave, you are a UFC fan, I will remind you.
That's the only one I like. But
Yeah, the most brutal
Is that the one with kicking?
Hell yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Cool as shit, too.
there has not been one serious injury in the history of the UFC.
Really?
No, yeah, no one's died or anything. It's coming, but no one's no one's died or gotten paralyzed or
That's
anything
true.
like that.
It's obviously going to happen.
In MMA, people have died and stuff like that, but not in the company
yeah.
of the UFC.
No one who's ever had to do like the full athletic commission, requirements has ever died.
Look,
or been like paralyzed or permanently debilitated.
In 30 years, none of them will remember a single birthday, but
Yeah, that's the assumption. Yeah, that it's probably as bad as football. God knows whether or not it is. But
I heard,
Football, there's more impacts, though, all the time.
yeah, Eric
I
Anders,
feel.
you know Eric Anders, right, Dave?
sounds right.
The fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to play for Alabama, my favorite sports team in history, the Crimson Tide, and he said that football is more dangerous. Like he felt like he was in more danger on the football field than in the octagon.
Yeah.
Well, the helmets make it worse, I think, because the helmets add more weight to the head, and there's more rocking, and then there's more impact.
And they think that they're invincible because they're wearing all this stuff.
But also, impact is the thing.
Yeah.
It's not like you're using like hands to like swat somebody out of the way. You're literally just driving your body into them.
Well, and also it's like the argument that boxing is worse than like UFC because, like with UFC you have smaller gloves, so like your face might get cut up. But what the real damage is your brain bouncing off your skull. And that's what the boxing gloves make it, like you get hit way more frequently. Your head is snapping back so many more times than in the UFC. That's why there's an argument that bare knuckle boxing is safer than regular boxing overall.
That's
Absolutely.
crazy.
That's exactly true. The reason that we started wearing gloves was not to protect the brain, it was to protect the hands and the teeth.
The hand is not designed to hit someone. It can get fucked up.
That's it. That's evolution. That's the whole point. That in bare knuckle boxing, a regular person can't hit you hard enough to break your skull. You'll break your hand first.
Yep.
Right.
So by adding these gloves, we make these people more like vulnerable.
Yep. Yep. Without a doubt.
So, Dave,
Yes.
what's going on with this beef between Natalie Portman and Jessica Simpson?
Oh, dish.
That's an interesting. I only wanted to bring that up because it's an interesting kind of argument, and I'm going to have to jump off in a minute. And you guys can continue. But basically, Natalie Portman made a point about like seeing as a kid when she was, a young starlet, a video or a magazine cover of Jessica Simpson wearing like a bikini, looking sexual, and the big headline, "I'm a virgin," and she was kind of saying that like. At the time in the late 90s, there was this thing where you were supposed to be a virgin sex symbol, and that it does kind of relate to the idea that like you had to be. It was almost like sexualizing children, and there was a lot of people arguing that at the time. That like, sorry guys, sorry, but yeah, that's the basic idea is that. And then Jessica Simpson was like, well, you're basically called it slut shaming.
No.
So and it's sort of like, well, Jessica Simpson's not exactly famous for abstract thought, maybe she took it the wrong way. But the point remains that it was this hypocritical idea that, like, we're all supposed to be jerking off to virgins.
Yeah.
That, like, it's okay for you to look like this as long as you're not a slut.
No, it also makes it like you should look like this and be sexy for other people, but don't be sexy for yourself. You're literally just an object to be observed.
You're right, to be
Yeah.
watched.
Yeah.
But you don't get to get no
Anyway,
dick.
I gotta run, guys. I will call back in a little bit, but thank you so much for doing my show.
Goodbye.
And,
Okay.
have a good set, brother.
But I think it's weird that Natalie Portman's the one that brought this up in the first place, because like she was in like Leon the Professional, or the movie The Professional,
yeah.
where she's like a 12-year-old girl that's like living with like a 40-year-old man, and like in the director's cut they kind of allude to the fact that they have a sexual relationship, but like in the American version like they tried to cut that out. But like she was kind of like a Lolita in that.
Yeah. I always considered it a romance.
Yeah. So
I
like
didn't really.
I never saw it.
but it's weird to me that she would be the one to kind of say that
What was the context? Do we know?
of Natalie Portman bringing this up.
Was she in a conversation about the late 90s or something? Or was she like, I remember this Jessica Simpson photo?
She's promoting a new film in which she's playing a teenager that ends up becoming like a pop star because she has a song that goes viral, and Natalie Portman's playing the like the 30-something version of this character.
Okay.
And so I think she was saying how when she was young, she also started becoming more famous, and that how confusing it was for her to see a picture of Jessica Simpson that's a teenager that's saying like, oh, I'm a virgin, but she's in this bikini and so she's looking sexy, but it's like, oh, but you know, I like look at my body, but like I'm not using it, like
Right.
you know. And so I think Jessica Simpson was just kind of like, well, you both know that like we don't always have control over the things that we have to wear in photo shoots.
Definitely.
And
I don't think she was attacking Jessica Simpson though, right? Like I think it was
No.
like the cogs around her, like the
marketing.
inner
She was
work-
marketed,
she was
yeah.
marketed.
Yeah, exactly. And that she was kind of saying that Natalie Portman was like slut shaming her, and like, well, you know, like Jessica Simpson's like, well, I don't like judge women, and I just let them, you know, wear what they want. If they want to have sex with whoever they want. And like, you know, considering that you're so big into like, you know, Time's Up and Me Too, like I would think that you would be doing the same. Like I think she was just kind of trying to like throw shade at Natalie Portman, but
I just defend herself, but she doesn't need to, because essentially she was kind of a victim in that situation.
Right.
Like all those girls, Christina and Brittany and Jessica, they were all going up at the same time. They were all put into the same exact mold. They were told that you had to either be a virgin or tell everybody that you're a virgin. You remember when Brittany and Justin were dating?
Yeah.
And we still had to believe that she was a virgin, and then she like blew Fred Durst and she still was a virgin. Like,
yeah.
it's all very confusing stuff. And I always felt that was a strange thing, because it's like, okay, yeah, like you want to be sexy for other people, just not for you. It's not for you. Your body's not for you. You're on display.
And it's
Right.
something. There's something about like I don't see the appeal. I never understood the appeal, like that men are more attracted to virgins. I don't understand
Why
that.
would you want someone who's going to be in pain
I think
and
that-
bad at sex?
That was the angle, though. I think they were thinking of horny men, thinking like, "Oh, and she's a virgin, like that's a plus."
Yeah.
But I've never understood that. I've never understood.
I don't either.
I think it's like
You want to be the first one there? I don't
yeah,
know.
I think that's like more of
Yeah,
like
but
a
that's
conqueror
sick. Yeah, fuck that.
aspect.
But
Fuck
that's
that.
sick. I would never want to conquer like I don't want a virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah. No thanks.
I mean, I have a friend, and I used to call her like the virginator, but she used to fuck like all these virgin guys, and so like she literally like de-virginized like 6 guys.
That's
And-
kinda hot.
And I'm just like, but like, isn't it like so like I don't know. I would assume boring, and also like.
Why would you put yourself through that?
Yeah, it's like he doesn't know what he's
Do you want
doing.
to teach somebody to swim next? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
It's like, why don't you like teach someone how to speak a foreign language while you're at it? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like, it's like, I've just never, and she's just like, oh no, it's like really cool. And like, she's like, you know, you can like teach them how you want it done. And I'm like, I'd rather, like, you're going to have to, like, you're literally teaching them the alphabet before you can teach them to read. Like, you know?
There's just people who want to really feel in charge or something like that. They think it's hot that they're the experienced one. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or that it's like your first, like, notch or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I guess that
You'll always
conquering
be there
aspect.
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll remember me.
I mean, my ex, I was his, like, second or third, and I thought that was weird. And, like, it was just kind of like, oh, like,
Maybe.
I felt like, not that I felt like a slut, but I'm just like, yeah, you're definitely not my third, like, you know, but I just felt like that was like just a weird place to be, that like,
Maybe with a woman, the appeal is it's hot to make a guy come real fast, and maybe with a guy, I guess they think it's hot to not make a woman come at all. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's super hot. So hot. Oh,
Doesn't make sense to me.
yeah, I don't know.
I know that it is easier for a guy to get off with a girl virgin than it would be for a girl to get off with a boy virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy could fuck your armpit and get out. Like,
yeah. But like, I don't know.
I actually witnessed that at a loft party when I was growing up here. We used to have these like weird loft party things, and like somebody would rent out like an abandoned space, and then we just like party there. And there was a guy fucking a girl's leg pit. Like,
That's pretty funny.
yeah,
That's kind of cool.
yeah. And she was just sitting there being like, "Nice."
Hell yeah.
Was she like into it, or
Yeah,
like,
like they were like kissing. Yeah,
And
and
then
cool.
she just had her like leg up, and she was just
That's
like,
kinda hot.
yeah,
I don't know, that's kinda
no-
cool.
It's like
no
a leg
cleanup,
job?
no UTI. Sick.
yeah,
Maybe it's weird on me that like I don't think fucking a virgin is hot, but fucking a leg pit, yeah, it's kind of hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different and new.
it's a knee job. But yeah, that is weird. But like, you're obviously, I'm assuming you know guys that are into like virgins. Like, what are
Personally,
their
No,
thoughts?
I guess I don't know personally. I just in pop culture, it just seems like a thing, right?
Yeah.
It just seems like and like the whole like 72 virgins in heaven or like
I was going
what?
to say
Right.
pop culture and in the
and the
Muslim,
Quran
like,
and the Quran, yeah.
yeah, yeah. It does just seem a little bit strange, but I
pop
don't-
Quran.
Yeah. So now, did you guys hear about Louis C.K. getting heckled at the cellar?
I did,
loved
and
it.
I agree with whatever you guys say. I'm silent. I'm silent. Whatever y'all say.
I liked it. I mean, I thought it was funny that she said that.
Yeah. So, like, for people that don't know, there was Louis C.K. did a set at the cellar, and an audience member heckled him, whip out your dick or show your dick or something
Yeah.
like that. And then I guess like he made eye contact with her and was like, "What did you say?" And she's like, "Show your fucking dick." And then she says she got kicked out of the club. The club says that they left on their own. But
That she just got up on her
yeah,
own
that she just
volition?
like, yeah, she got up and just left. That's I mean, according to the article that we have here. So I mean, who knows what actually happened?
I mean, I don't know what actually happened except for that she did tell Louis to take his dick out.
yeah.
And I think that's hilarious, especially if the guy isn't going to reference it himself. Like, that's the elephant in the room. Your dick. Let's get it out here.
Right.
I don't know. What's up, Eli?
And why didn't he? That would be, like I said, I agree with whatever you guys say.
No.
What, he should have. He made a mistake if he asked her, "What did you say after that?"
Yeah.
Well, that's just a fucking rookie. What are you doing? Why would
Yeah.
you do that? Power through.
But he could have also turned that into a bit.
He
Like,
could have pulled his
wait,
dick out. Yeah.
It's like, wait, do I have all your consent yet? Can I
He
take my
could have.
dick
You're
out?
right.
Like,
You're right.
You know what
You're
I
right.
mean?
He could have. He could have
leaned
He
into
could have
it.
probably made it like really. He probably could have killed with it.
Yeah.
And maybe he did. I have no idea what happened after, so I don't know. Does it say anything? Do we know?
No, like,
Do we know the response at all? Like,
The only thing that, like, you know, according to the article, people from the club came up to them and said, "You can't heckle the comics," and they don't say what happened after that. But I think he could have definitely, like, leaned into it and just
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like, "Wait a second, I'm kind of into this. Do I get all your consent first?" Like,
yeah,
you know.
he could have.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why we're handling him with kid gloves. He's one of the most successful comics in the entire world. He's one of the most talented joke writers. Why can't he spin that?
Yeah.
And he knows every night probably that he's at risk for something like that happening, especially with the backlash that's been like, people don't really like being surprised by him, you know? And this is like their only way to be like, okay, I don't really like this. And like, here's my one opportunity.
And I'm surprised he doesn't have retorts in his back pocket.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
He's skilled.
I'm surprised. I was surprised the first thing he doesn't say when he comes out and is about to pick up the mic is it okay if I take this off? Like, is it okay if I pull this out?
Yeah.
I think that would kill. I think that would be something.
Yeah. But I think that his whole thing right now is he's not addressing it at all, which I think is
weird.
Why people are being upset about it.
Exactly. And that entitlement that he's like, well, I just want to come back and I don't want to talk about it and don't bother me. Well, I'm sorry. You did something fucked. So you owe it to your audience who does like you and wants to forgive you. You know, like...
What he does is explore dark shit like that. So it is a little weird he's choosing not to explore that dark thing.
Because apparently all he's doing is saying, oh, like, you know, I've just had the worst year of my life.
Yeah.
But he's not, like, getting into, like, why it happened or, you know, apologizing.
Or being like, I'm a fucking pervert. How weird is this?
It's like
how weird. Like
I'm picturing him say that, and that is funny.
Right?
Like,
I said it kind of in his voice.
That is funny.
This is crazy. I'm a pervert, and I'm on stage in front of you. It's like I paid to see me.
Well, even just having to, like, does he have kids? I'm like,
he's got 2 daughters.
It's like, oh, like, can you imagine me having to explain this to my 2 daughters? Like, you know, it's like, daddy's a perv.
Yeah.
Because people I think are interested, and I think that thought went through a lot of people. Says, how did he explain this to his daughter?
Yeah.
Like, people would be engaged.
Yeah.
Like right or wrong, whether he is allowed to go up there and say it. Like, people would take note. People would be interested to hear what he says about it.
Right. It's like, oh, Dad, is like being a perv hereditary? Am I going to want to like rub like?
Are my kids going to be perv?
Yeah. Like, am I going to just start flicking my bean on the subway? Like, what's going to happen, Dad? Like, you know, like I think he can lean into it.
I think that should be acceptable.
And I think people are open to the idea that he can.
We want to see him learn a lesson, or at least understand that it was wrong, or and then convey that to other people who might agree and think that he did the right thing. You know, if he fesses up, it's better.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a lot of us I was surprised he didn't address it before the Me Too movement, to be honest.
Right.
And I feel like I wonder if he had I don't know what would have happened if he had constructed a bit, and in that bit, like, we all believed him. Like, I think he does know that was a fucked up thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I wonder if he would have been exiled when the Me Too movement happened. If he had done that bit in 2015, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if he had kind of said something, before people were like, "Hey, you need to address this now."
We all know about Mike Tyson's rape charges, but no one's kicking him off of like anything. Like, no one's like getting mad about he has a cartoon show or whatever,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, you didn't know about the rape charges?
I didn't know about the cartoon.
Neither.
And he beat up his wife.
I know he was in the Hangover.
Did he?
A few times.
When he was married to crap, what the hell is her name now? Robin Givens.
Oh.
Like, he had beat up Robin Givens when they were married.
Yikes.
Mike Tyson, he bit somebody's ear off.
Evander
I mean, he's
Holyfield.
always, he's always been kind of like, I don't know, but off his rocker.
I feel like athletes are always kind of given a pass because it's like, all right, well, they're brute strength and testosterone. Like, you know, like that's what they do. But with Louis, it's like, you use your brain. Use your fucking brain again.
Well, our brains are controlled by our dicks. And I guess his dick is very powerful. Well, one thought I did have, and I don't know if there's any validity to it now, but like when he first came back, like, if I go a week without doing stand-up, I just feel shitty. Like, I feel like I'm not good. Mm-hmm. I don't like going on stage after close to a year. I guess I could see why you have to literally do the most skilled bit of your life. Mm-hmm. Maybe it can't be the first thing you do. Mm-hmm. But so I figure, like, okay, maybe he's getting his legs back, and maybe he still is working toward it in a special that he has a deal for. But now it does seem like the more it happens, it does seem like that's not the case, though. It seems like he really is just ignoring it now. Or not going to address it.
Yeah.
I think that he feels like I've already done my penance.
Yeah.
You know, I paid my pound of flesh. Now let's just move on.
Pound of what?
Flesh.
I've never heard about that.
But like maybe you did, but then the point of it is to educate further. And
Yeah.
if you ignore it, then it's like, it didn't really matter. Like, just shut up about it.
Well, I think it's also that same entitlement of what caused him to do it in the first place is that he doesn't think he has to address it. It's like, well, like, I'm Louis C.K. Of course I can come up and do a set and not talk about this thing that everybody is thinking that's the elephant in the room that I don't want to address, and I don't have to address it because I'm me. And I think that that's like the whole like when with the whole my whole like I feel like the gold standard of something fucked up and having to talk about has always been Richard Pryor.
Oh, yeah.
And like, you know, like that like milk and cookies bit was just like, you know, that's the first thing he went head on and he like leaned into it. And it's just like, yeah, I'm fucked up. We're all fucked up people. Here is it. And he didn't necessarily say what happened, but like he addressed it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was, I mean, yeah, I've read his autobiography and shit. Yeah, he was fucked up. He was definitely abusive.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did handle it in a more skillful way where I think people did just get the impression like he's like a broken dude and he knows it's wrong. I don't know. I'm not even saying that makes it okay or anything like that, but I do think he did the exact opposite of what Louis is doing, and it worked, I guess.
Yeah.
Louis'
Although people
apology-
weren't going to get as mad at him back then.
Yeah, no, but Louis' apology even was like, I'm sorry I was so powerful and I didn't realize that it could affect me. It's like, wait, what? It's like when somebody's like, I'm sorry you were upset when I did this.
Yeah. It was like a humble brag that it's just like, oh, well, I didn't realize that I had that much power over people.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's like I can just like, you know, ruin careers, but I didn't know that. Like if I did, I would have done it a lot more. Like, you know, it's kind of weird.
Do you think? I wonder if he thinks he's just damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because I do think no matter, even if he did address it, like even if he did come out with a bit, don't you think there would still be kind of a similar reaction as there is now?
Sure.
Like that's why he might just think like, well, why am I going to do this when like it's just going to be the same result?
I think
Might be his thinking.
I think there'd be people that might like say that he didn't like delve deep enough into it.
Yeah.
But at least just trying to address it in some manner instead of just trying to act like
you know. Yeah, I'm not defending. I'm saying I'm just trying to get in his head. Like this is what might be why he's not doing it.
because it's like I mean, granted, I haven't seen him go up, but from what I've read about the jokes that he's doing now, it's just kind of like, oh, I'm having the worst year of my life. My mansion burnt down. Isn't that weird, you guys? Like, you know, he's not really.
Look, yeah. From
It's
a selfish
not appealing
standpoint,
to the everyman. Ah, mine too.
Yeah.
I also showed my dick to a bunch of women.
hashtag mine too.
Yeah, mine too.
My dick also did this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a selfish standpoint, I want to hear the bit, but that's just me being selfish. Like I just want to hear it. I want to hear what he does with that.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
I was really upset when I first found out about his allegations because I was like, oh no, like he spoke to my soul. Like he's put things so poignantly and beautifully before. Like, okay, I'd really like to see him redeem himself. And I think that's what a lot of people are pissed at who were fans is like, we want you to like put yourself out on a limb.
That's interesting.
For our sake.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the opposite of the damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like you think there probably are a lot of
There are
people.
a lot of
you won't see
people
them.
rooting
You
for
won't
him.
see them tweeting it or Facebooking it. But I think there are a lot of people who do want to see him go about it the right way and come out from it still able to be a comedian. But like you have to fucking let us know. You have to earn
piper.
it. You earn
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well, redemption, I think, by definition, is something you have to earn, and it's like I don't know if you can even put like a time limit on it or it just has to be a thing where you know it when you see it. Maybe
Red Dead Redemption.
Hell yeah,
Well,
great
that's
ass
the thing
game.
is, like everybody like roots for an underdog, and I think that people want to see him really be sorry.
Yeah.
And then so they can be like, all right, you've been a bad boy, but like now don't do it again. We can start like being okay with you again.
Not just you guys just get over it. You guys just get over it, okay? Like me still, please. Okay,
Yeah.
just shut up. Stop.
Yeah.
Like what? What do you mean?
No, I think people and forgiveness is also a thing. I think people generally want to forgive, but they need to make sure that the person knows that like they did something bad first. Like he needs to have like his nose rubbed in the poo right now.
Yeah, and other people had like emotional investment in him. And it means like, wait, if I thought the things that he thinks are funny, like, then am I an immoral person? Like, oh, come on, please rectify yourself so that we can all.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's strange, and maybe he'll come around, and
He'll definitely come
He's
around.
coming on.
well, he's let me see what else is going on here. So have you guys been watching any? Did you watch any of the funeral at all?
I watched the greeting or the non-greeting between Trump and the Clintons.
Yeah, that was so awkward.
Awkward. And I also watched him not say that very special prayer that apparently every Christian knows, and he does not.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Which prayer? Lord is my shepherd? Or?
No, I think it's Apostles' Creed.
Yeah,
or-
Apostles' Creed. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I think that if you heard, I don't know it like off the top of my head, but I think that if you heard it, you would know.
Yeah.
It's not that, I think it's like, I don't know. I'm not even going to begin to try to quote it.
I can do the Lord's Prayer.
Hell
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think Trump can do that one either.
how many funerals this guy had? Like, I'm all about, like, I don't like when someone dies. I kind of don't like it when people just instantly like, well, here's all the bad things they did. Fuck, like there's like a race to get to Twitter and be like, fuck George H.W. Bush, blow, and then you get a million fucking likes because you pointed all that. I don't like any of that, and
Right.
I like being respectful even of people who are very flawed. But I feel like he had like 2 days of funeral or some shit. That's kind of crazy,
It
right?
was like, I feel like it's been like 3 weeks of funeral. It's just
before
been
he
like,
died.
Yeah.
Before he died, he was in the funeral.
Yeah, they were already getting his casket together. No, he's been. I mean, no one can talk about Aretha Franklin's funeral anymore because
God,
this
no.
shit was like days long. And I think he finally did. He just like get into the ground today, or are they still like?
I think he's still on wires.
Yeah, like
Let him go in the ground.
he was in
Christ.
like planes, trains. Like it's like there was a really long funeral, but it was interesting to see how Trump reacted to all of it, and I also
How much did you watch the whole thing? Or
no, like I've just been like whatever little blurbs have been on the news. Like I wasn't a huge fan of Bush one or his son, so I'm
Yeah.
not really like, granted, I'm
See,
not. Gonna,
I'm a Bushaholic over
yeah,
here.
you love
Yeah.
Bush.
I'm a Jeb guy.
okay,
No, I don't like that. I don't like any of them.
yeah, I'm not really like so. Like I wasn't really. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so happy that he's dead. But
Yeah,
at
but
the
at the same time,
I'm
it's
not
like,
like,
yeah.
like I'm not really going to follow it. But I wonder how Trump reacts to all of this because, like, eventually he's going to die, and he knows for a fact that no one's going to do this
coming.
for him. Like, they're like, I don't even know if he ends up getting impeached or not impeached, but no one's going to have such a stately.
It'd be like a
Unless
three-day long TMZ funeral.
Yeah, it's just going to be a bunch of porn stars pissing on the casket.
Oh,
like,
hell yeah. That's cool as hell.
I love that that's even a cooler funeral than he deserves.
Yeah, I mean that's the one that he would have wanted.
Yeah.
I think he already has it in as well. But I don't know if the porn stars will be alive by the time
Trump's
he dies.
old as shit, right? How old is he?
He's in his 70s.
Wow.
I don't think that he looks around that room and is like, oh man, all these cool people won't be at mine. He's like, fuck these people. I can't wait till my like Voldemort administration takes over.
Yeah.
And the world is dark.
He probably... Sorry, go ahead.
That's it.
He's so delusional, though. Like, he probably... Doesn't he think he'll be celebrated? I feel like he maybe...
I think he does.
His brain ain't right.
Yeah. I think that he thinks that he's going to have the biggest funeral of all the funerals that have ever existed throughout the world.
He probably just thinks he's misunderstood. Mm-hmm. And that his legacy will, like, live on or something. Like, people will understand later.
I also think he probably thinks that, like, he's never going to die because he probably has, like, some, like, cryogenic thing happening.
I think he's never going to die. I think he's sold his soul to the devil. Like, I think he's literally Satan. I don't think he's going
He's
to die
got
either.
Horcruxes. He's Voldemort. His
Wait, what's a Horcrux?
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's what I call right behind a woman's knee. It's just something I'm into. Just something I'm into.
That's
Just
your
something I'm
new
into.
thing.
Just something I'm into.
A Horcrux is something in wizarding magic where if you don't want to die, you separate your soul into many parts and then you put
Whoa.
pieces of that soul in objects that people don't know about. So Harry Potter was actually Voldemort's final Horcrux and had to let himself die in order for
Spoiler alert!
I know, right? You just
Whatever.
moved the whole thing for me.
Spoiler alert!
You guys are 10 years late.
Spoiler alert! That's why I stick to good God-fearing series like the Chronicles of Narnia.
I love. Do you watch?
I haven't seen the new movies.
Oh my god!
I only saw the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the new ones. I've watched all the old like garbage movies though.
Yeah, and then Prince Caspian.
and read all the books.
Yeah.
What's your favorite book?
Prince Caspian.
That's a great one. That's when Reepicheep comes in. I used to have a mouse named Reepicheep.
That's so cute. We love rodents so
Dude,
much.
rodents.
Eli.
We're starting. Listen to our new podcast. It's
Rodent
called-
chat.
Rats and shit.
Yeah, rats and shit.
the Joe Rodent Experience.
Or
That's what we're getting.
pizza rat.
Ooh, there you go.
yeah.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
You be pizza, I'll be rat. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
So we're gonna have to wrap this up, but before we go, I know you guys
No.
it just
No,
ran
I
by.
have nowhere to go.
But like
I wanted to calculatedly talk about Louis C.K. again.
Yeah.
we
Did we
can
do a good job?
I think we did fine.
Yeah.
you guys were great.
I think we did great.
So you guys were so great that I'm sure people are going to want to follow you on social media, listen
Ooh.
about your upcoming gigs. I'll start with you, Remy.
Okay, so my name is Remy Kassimir. I'm sure you guys will spell it out. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, under that name. Also, my podcast is How Come. You can find that on the same platforms at How Come Podcast. And then the final podcast is We Really Love Island, and it is named We Really Love Island online.
Hell yeah. Eli Sairs, ELISAIRS at Twitter. And I think I'm off Facebook and Instagram. I'll go back on Instagram soon. Same on Instagram. Listen to my podcast, Toga Party. It is vile and offensive.
Yay.
I'm Maryssa Smith. You can follow Blamestorming on Twitter at the Blamestorm. You can follow me on Twitter at Maryssa Smith. Also check out my other podcast, Big Talk and Brewskis. This has been Blamestorming, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Later.